How's it going, everyone? This is Luxley on his Hunter this time, and Temple of Kotmogu. This is actually Blizzard putting in a little bit of extra work and coming up with an interesting idea. This is a bit different than other BGs, and I'd like to see more of this in the game, and let me know if you feel the same way. Just something different. Not necessarily a variation of existing BGs, as in something different, which is what they're delivering, which very well could be a good idea as this rogue starts to annoy the shit out of me. You already made an enemy, bro. You already made an enemy, and now he's going to go on Orb Guy, which is what he should do. He's got his cloak up. Why is that cloak coming down? Okay, it's down now, and okay. Got to finish him off. Finish the job. Thanks for playing, bro. I happen to be blessed with a really good team this time. Random draw gave me a decent team. Horde all clustered together, but they're by the stairs, and you got two hunters firing shots into them. This rogue basically a bit slowed, and he's low on health, and soon it's going to be. What do we say to people when they die? But they come back. They always come back, which is one of the interesting things about the game. You ever notice how, like, NPCs die, they have a funeral, and that's it? You know, like, I'm certainly not giving away any spoilers when I say, the old King Rin is dead, and he's got a monument. Okay, how come nobody rezzed him? Like, I die in the game, I get rezzed. I don't understand how that happens. That doesn't make sense to me. There's a lot of things that don't make sense to me. For example, I'm playing a lone wolf hunter here, but when I play with a pet, why is it that my pet res, or my pet heal, I should say, is instant, and yet a warlock has to channel his and stand there and basically be trained? I don't quite understand the reasoning behind that, but maybe somebody shed some light on it. That would have been one of my brilliant questions to ask Kolinka, because obviously he wasn't fielding any difficult questions when he did the PvP Q&A the other day. Gotta love it when Blizzard interviews Blizzard. But let's just get back to the action. We're putting a lot of slows here on targets, and it's very, very evident they're not catching up to the flag carriers, or should I say the orb carriers to be more specific. When I do play ranged in this particular battleground, I do like trying to peel for the flag carriers, or just being so focused on taking out the flag carriers. I keep calling them flag carriers. They're orb carriers, to be specific. So it's either I peel for the orb carriers, or I focus on the enemy orb carriers. One of the two. Like here, I'm going to pop some slows on the DK, a little bit of a knockback, and just keep them off of my orb carrier. I have the best utility to do this right now as a hunter, so that's pretty much what I'm trying to do. I just took some big damage. Big damage from, I think it was a DK. Now I got my guacamole bowl up, and I'm healing. I'm healing. There's the rogue. There's a bunch of them now training our orb carriers. Hunter. Gotta get him. As you can see, I got my trap right in front of me there. That works out pretty well, just in case one of the melee tries to train me. But we have a commanding lead. I happen to be blessed with a good team here. Sometimes randomly they deal you pocket kings, and sometimes they deal you deuce 7. Leave a thumbs up if you're a poker fan like me. I guess basically that's one of the better hands in poker that you could start with in Texas Hold'em, and one of the worst. And in this case, I happen to get dealt a pretty good hand. Why is everything so random in WoW? Everything is just so random. It's like, I don't know, when I was a kid, or I wasn't even really a kid, I have to admit, I probably was in my late 20s, early 30s, and me and an ex-girlfriend of mine used to, when we were bored and probably drunk, we used to hang out in front of a local 7-Eleven, and we would try to predict what people would purchase. It was kind of funny, and it was usually during the summer, so you would be able to kind of see what they get, And some people go for like the weirdest things at like 2-3 o'clock in the morning to pick stuff up at 7-Eleven. For those of you who don't know, might not be in the New York area, 7-Eleven is a convenience store, 24/7. It's open, except for I think New Year's and Christmas, and you could basically get anything there. You could go in there and you could buy milk, or you could buy condoms, or you could buy laundry detergent, which is really interesting. So that is 7-Eleven. So we used to play that kind of, random game. But that's what WoW's like. You just don't know. Everything is just so random. And people just keep popping on the forums and saying, we hate this random shit. We hate this random shit. Like Dorothy clacking her ruby slippers together. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. And see, eventually, the ruby slippers got the message and Dorothy goes home. But in World of Warcraft, the devs just don't get that. Just don't get it. They just don't get that random number generator sucks. It really sucks. No one particularly likes it, especially when it's linked to progression. Now, I understand the joy of getting a piece of gear by surprise. That's great. That's wonderful. But the fact of the matter is maybe a little bit of both and a little bit more having currency to purchase the gear that you need and a little bit less of random number. Actually, a lot of bit less of random number generator. Let me know your thoughts. We have about a 400-point lead. Like I said, for about the 8th time. Usually they say things sink in when you say things 9 times. So remind me to say one more time. We got blessed with a good team. We have 3 orbs in the center and approaching a 500-point lead. So we're doing pretty darn well. Now this guy's going to kite me around the ferns. He's popping all his whammies. And I'm popping mine. I got him stunned and locked down. He should be using Hand of Freedom, but he's not. Maybe I should send him a message. There he goes. Hand of Freedom. Good job, bro. Very, 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 very glad to see you do that. Very glad. But you're going to die anyway. So, bubble. Time for the bubble. Time for the bubble. Hand of protection or bubble. One of the two. Oh, not in time. Thanks for playing. Bob, what does he win? He doesn't win anything. Because his team's going to lose. 3 orbs in the center, and we are approaching a 500-point lead. So this has been pretty much cakewalk, and it's basically like shooting dead fish in a barrel as opposed to shooting fish in a barrel. But eventually, I never got that analogy because basically, if you're going to shoot a barrel, eventually you're going to blow a hole through the barrel, and then all the fish are going to pour out, and then the fun stops. I'm going to get the Zerker buff on that note and go after the Horde guy as I see in the distance that the Warlock is slowing him. And now we're going to pop some whammies from a rain. Boom, boom, he's dead. Thanks for playing. 3 orbs in the center still, pretty much uncontested. This has been a rout. This has definitely been a rout. And I just figured I'd show you because I did pretty well in this. We got 10 kills, went 10-0, top damage. But like I said, this is almost like shooting at target dummies. I don't think my health has dropped below 80% throughout the whole time. And right now, I mean, matter of fact, there's only 7 Horde in BG, which is kind of sad, which brings me to my point here. What the fuck is going on with PvP in general? And, I mean, I keep saying this, and I keep dredging this out, and people keep agreeing with me, but the right people are not seeing these videos. So if you get an opportunity, maybe not this particular video, but any one of my videos where I rant or rage about PvP in its current state. Guys, please, this could be fixed if it gets in front of the right people. And suddenly they say, hey, this makes sense. Because what I do say makes sense, and I back what I say with solid facts, not necessarily opinions. And even if they are opinions, my arguments are pretty structured pretty well. And I offer some points that people say, yeah, maybe, at the very worst, at the very least. Yeah, maybe Luxley's got a point. So I'm really hoping I'm going to continue making videos and commenting on PvP and hope and pray that somehow, some way, it gets in the right hands of the right person and they make a change. That would be awesome. I mean, it would start even just by having Blizzard be interviewed by someone who is not Blizzard. That would be a pretty good start. Let me know your thoughts about that when Blizzard or Lore interviews Blizzard. But this is Luxley saying, whatever it is, by you guys, whether it's morning, afternoon, or night, guys, make the best of it. Make it awesome. Make it epic. Just make it great. Figure out what's going to make you happy in the morning and just do it.